Go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody?
Good.
So for today, can you imagine life without music?
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah, not at
For
all.
somebody who loves music, I could not.
Yeah.
You and your friends and family might enjoy music at home, in the car, or at concerts. Even if you just like to sing or you're using a completely natural music instrument, your voice, the music is a big part of our modern lives. But music is what one form or another has been part of people's lives for thousands of years. Music has also played an important role in human history since the earliest of civilizations. It has been used for various purposes, including entertainment, religious rituals, communication, and social connection. But who first started music, you may ask? Well, the short answer is nobody really knows who invented music. No historical evidence exists to tell us exactly who sang the first song, who whistled the first tune, or made the first rhythm sounds that resemble what we know today as music. But researchers do know it happened thousands and thousands of years ago. So, let's click over there. You see, this is a 30,000 years old cave painting of the rock shelters in the Indian shows people that they are dancing. It is one of the earliest proofs that prehistoric music was made long before people were writing things down. Just give me one moment. Just click it right there for the next slide. And one of the earliest instruments that experts has identified is a bullwhorn. It was a piece of bone in the hole at the one end where the long piece's hide was attached, just like that, was attached. And the bullwhorn was played by whirling it overhead, and music experts think that the noise of the bullwhorn was intended to scare off the enemies or evil spirits. Next slide, please. Another one is the slit drum. Early people probably made clapping sounds with their hands. They also might have hit stakes on the hollow tree and noticed that it was how loud it was. This may have been the beginning of a hollow wood instrument called a slit drum. This drum was still played in the parts of Africa, Southeast Asia, and Oceania today. Humans use different noises to express fear and joy. These sounds, along with some of the sounds they heard from animals, such as birds chirping, might have led them to make the music that they made back in the day. When people began to use tools, for instance, to pound grains, they may have done it so in a rhythm or regular pattern. And next slide, please. The Hurrian rhythm is the earliest known song to be recorded in writing dating to be around the 13th century BC. The oldest known music melody performed by the very talented Michael Levi on the lyre. The ancient musical fragment dates to 1400 BC and was discovered in the 1950s in Syria. It was interpreted by Dr. Richard Dumbrow. He wrote a book entitled The Ancient Near East. All right. And what are the 6 periods of the music theory? Well, the six periods of the music history was the medieval, the Renaissance, the Baroque, and the classical romantic in the 20th to the 21st century. The next slide. The medieval period of music dates from around 1150 to 1400. During this time, most of the music was influenced by the Catholic Church in Europe, leading to the religious compositions. Much of the medieval music was oral tradition and performed within monastic settings. To the next slide, please. Renaissance music played a big role in the civic, religious, and courtly life during the Renaissance period. Composers catered to the various patterns, including churches, courts, wealthy amateurs, and printing establishments. The exchange of musical ideas across Europe led to a rich diversity of styles and genres flourishing during this time. So the next one. The diversity in the national styles is evident in the Baroque music, reflecting differences not only in the composition techniques, but also in performance conventions across the various countries. Next one. Classical music was also known as Western classical music. In the art tradition of the Western world that is distinct from folk or popular music, it is characterized by formality, complexity, and the musical form of harmonic organization. Romantic music was a stylistic movement in the Western classical music associated with the Romantic era of the 19th century. And it was characterized by emotion and dramatic compositions that often drew inspiration from nature and other musical elements. And the music of the 20th and the 21st centuries was characterized by experimentation, diversity, technological advancements, cross-genre influences, and the departure from traditional tonal structures. Music has evolved over the years, but its beauty remains the same. Music's beauty lies in its ability to transcend boundaries, evoke emotions, enhance cognitive abilities, foster community, boost self-confidence, and boost the limitedness of creative freedom. Its profound impact on individuals' lives makes it a truly extraordinary art form that enriches the human experience in countless ways. And that is all.
Thank you.